Hello, friends! Welcome, everybody, for a long-awaited game of D&D that's been pushed off 150 times. So, hopefully, the group will make some good progress today, and maybe even get to the final boss. We will see. Go ahead and hop in chat with these schmucks. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You're all on stream. Don't say anything terrible.
Hurry!
Hopefully, you guys are gonna do well tonight. But you might also die, so we'll see.
We're all gonna die.
What's up?
There is a good chance that you will all die.
That was not intentional.
Multiple chances.
Yeah, well, you're gonna see me throw a chair at a lich, and that's about all I can do.
We're not fighting the lich, we're fighting a fucking demon.
You're gonna see me throw a chair at a lich.
I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Like, I need to make a small miniature chair just so I can yeet it at the lich during our actual penultimate fight.
Good luck with that.
I mean, I'm not saying it's ever gonna connect with him, I'm just gonna get thrown at him.
Oh, let's turn this on over here. We gotta turn on display capture. There we go.
Nah, I don't need to do any of that.
No, you all don't. Let's see
Nah,
if
you don't need to do it.
Fawn shows up.
Was it this? I think it was using this.
She is the one that checked if everybody else was good today. And yet she's
No,
not here.
That's how it works.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, don't you do this to me.
So, regardless of what happens, but,
Uh-huh.
well, not regardless of what happens, but you guys do have a level in the bank. You just need to rest to, like, actually get it.
So you're telling me we need to go without rest as long as we can?
I mean, that's up to you guys.
I don't think I get anything special from this level, so I'm not that concerned.
You always get
about
something
it.
special for leveling up.
You get health.
Yeah, level 5 is huge for me. It gives me the ability to parry, I think. Not just for myself, for other people.
That seems pretty good.
Oh
I
my
don't know,
god.
man. I haven't looked into my character in like months.
Gotta
So
keep
I'm not
up on
sure
that
if it gives
stuff.
me anything.
How do you know I'm not cheating you in fights? Because I don't know your character.
Tacos, that's how.
I know my
Exactly.
character as it is right now. I don't know if level 5 gets me anything. That's the only thing.
I'm a fighter. Let's see what I have.
Probably a feat.
Go away. You damn 20 state. Still weapon training. What was my 3rd level bonus feat? Or 4th level bonus feat? I don't even know. Didn't even pull
I don't know.
anything.
I can't keep
Yeah.
track of all your guys' feats. There's so many.
So it's
Being like
1,
Eldritch
2.
Abominations out here with all these feats.
Oh,
Yeah, armor training.
oh, well, you never messaged me back, but how would you feel about adding somebody else into the campaign?
Oh, what are we at? 4 people? I would be okay with 1 more person. That's kind of 5's kind of my max. 6 is really pushing it. Because as you can see, the hardest part of Dungeons and Dragons is scheduling. It's not the bosses, it's not the demons. It's getting everybody to the place on time. Then again, with more people, you can usually let 1 person dip if need be. So,
Fairly high roll.
okay.
Oh, and you can tell,
Yeah, I know. I can tell
both of
the random people that were asking me from my team if they could join.
Yeah, I'd be able to take 1 more person. 2 at very max.
Oh, I'll fucking get some sticks and make them choose sticks.
All right. And it would have to be pretty much after this arc in the campaign.
Oh yeah, they're going on mission.
Okay. But I did kind of design this campaign setting to be drop in, drop out, so it's a lot of D4s.
Hey, there's even spread for max and mins. 5 1s, 5 4s.
It's gonna be real funny if Fawn ends up not showing up after asking everyone if we're ready. I'm just
Oh,
gonna,
I-
I'm gonna give her an hey, are you good for tonight?
Oh, hey, that was a nice roll. 2 20s and 1 that one.
Yeah, we'll get
I'm
into this as
sorry
soon as
if
our last
I
person
seem-
shows up. What's up?
I'm sorry if I seem part distracted tonight. I'm playing a stream because I have to have background noise because this house that I'm staying in is fucking massive and it echoes and it's very creepy at night when all the lights are off.
It's fine. You probably won't get murdered.
So I mean, we can't just run away. Run back to the sanctuary.
I mean, you could.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna catch us. In any form of straight line we try. Did we open that
I thought we
door?
decided
You
I
did
thought we
indeed open
decided
this
we could
door
run away.
at the end of the last
Yeah,
session.
okay.
I planned on
No,
doing
I-
a recap
No, we had-
when Fawn gets here.
Okay.
But yes, this door is open, and you do all see this very large demon who's having his body seems to be made out of part shadow, part fire, and he's kind of stooping his head to
The
not
Balrog.
knock it
Cool.
on the ceiling. No, not necessarily a Balrog.
I was talking about this door.
Which door?
So, what if you just ask him if we can set him free?
He's gonna
Uh,
tell us, get wrecked, scrubs, and just unscrew our
we
heads.
will get into your demon options when we get rolling. But I do think Blight speaks Infernal, right?
I do, and Abyssal.
Okay,
Sounds like
so
the time to just scream,
you will be able to communicate with this demon.
sacrifice, and throw the poor tiny thing at it. Anybody have a small pet? And we're not counting Andrew.
Why not?
You know what?
Yet.
She's small, easily eaten by a larger demon. Seems like bait to me.
I will probably eat you too as dinner.
You know, you haven't used your mutagen yet to turn into anything, have you?
I don't get that yet.
Oh, that's right, because you're a mad scientist. You don't get the
Yeah.
mutagen.
Fail. Oh, hi, Rhea. You're,
She
like,
does get
laying
the
down in
puke
the middle.
spiders on undead.
That
Yes,
does
I like to
nothing.
vomit spiders just everywhere.
Vomit spiders
It
everywhere.
does
realize
make
it
the
does
rest of
nothing.
your party uncomfortable, though.
That's it.
You're DMing a Pathfinder game and not inviting me. Smile, I invited you months ago. This is the same continuance of the campaign that had like Kaz and everybody in it. I have actually invited you, I think, twice.
Sorry about that. I didn't
I'm
see
pretty
the
sure-
time.
No proof.
It's
I'm
all
pretty
good.
sure I've invited Smile before to the same thing.
Don't at me. I did, in fact, invite you. Well, now that Fawn is here, we can go ahead and give a recap of what happened last time. So, last time, you all were making your way through the Lich's fortress that you have all been teleported to, which in and of itself is pretty wild that he managed to use a portal. But you made your way around, you fought some undead, you met up with Skara once, and he kind of was like, y'all should leave, because my other half's going to kill you. And you guys are like, nah, we going to stay, though. I think you blew up a gnome last time.
Okay,
Yeah,
do we have to really
Yeah,
remember
You
that?
definitely
Hey,
blew
we
up a
blew
gnome
up
who
a
was
gnome,
hiding in this
And then
stack
we
of
blew up
crates.
some cultists.
Yes, and then in this room over here, I believe there were cultists that you
And we
were
can say it
chained
is
up
all
that you
the
blew
alchemist's
up.
fault.
Yeah.
100%. All
I
the
think we
alchemist's
ended the session by you guys deciding to open a set of ornate doors, because
fault. Not roll vomit.
there were multiple sets of ornate doors that you guys were avoiding because you had information that they were potentially, holding in demons. And sure enough, you open this door and there's a big old demon in front of you.
Is that
He's-
where we're boarding the doors? I don't even remember.
I think.
I
pretty
don't
sure.
remember if we knew either.
Oh no, the
really.
last
Yeah,
door
I
we were
could-
looking
I
at
could
was,
read it.
was the
That's
one that
yeah,
was like right here. We saw on the wall something about a demon, so we didn't open that one.
right.
Yeah, that sounds more right.
Okay.
One was a summoning chamber, and then it was like holding cell.
Yeah,
right.
summoning chamber, and then the holding cell door was like this door.
So at the end of the last session, you guys opened this set of double doors to reveal a large room. There, the walls are kind of sparse. There's not really anything on them. The room itself smells deeply of sulfur. As you look to the center of the room, you see a large demon, for lack of a better term, made of fire and darkness. He stands 8 feet tall, horns on his head, giant wings. And as you guys open the door, this thing lunges at you and stops about a foot from the door itself and bounces back against a barrier. As you look down, you notice that below his feet is a large, what you would expect to be some sort of binding sigil. And the demon kind of paces back and forth inside this sigil. It looks very angry.
Is
That's,
the door still within reach?
I mean, you're all standing where you currently are.
So you're saying we could close the door and just go away?
If you wish.
Wait, if we can talk to it, can somebody talk to this thing?
The upon hearing that, the demon hisses out something in a guttural language that only people that understand Infernal can understand.
So what does it say? I can understand Infernal.
Yep. It says, "No, no, wait, stop."
Close his door.
Do you let him close the door, Blight?
It sounds like the door is closed.
Blight, are you there?
Blood is
Can
blood,
you not
right?
hear me?
No.
No, we
Down
couldn't hear
here.
the thing there.
I was saying it's saying no, wait, stop.
Okay, I vote
Do-
we
do we-
leave the door open. I want to
do-
talk to this because we keep blowing up everything in this fucking building.
I mean that's
You want
that's
to talk to
true.
the demon?
I
Well,
mean,
he can give us some fucking insight, okay?
I mean,
The
the
demon.
enemy of our enemy is our friend, right?
exactly.
The demon.
See?
The
I'm
demon.
I'm an undead skeleton that's not
Okay.
undead.
Looks to
Uh,
The
the
demon.
ghost
I
right
will say,
next to
Tat,
me.
A demon is not even the weirdest thing you've seen in this world. As there's no what you would call standard race.
You're telling me, the amnesiac dude, that this is not the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
No. Well, just
Okay.
walking down the streets of the Ziggurat, you would see weirder creatures than this.
Okay.
Does anybody here have knowledge planes?
I have every knowledge. So
Go ahead and give me a
let's
knowledge planes
go.
roll.
I also have Saber has knowledge planes. Shall I roll Saber as well?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want. You know this from different books and stuff you've read to actually be a Baylor, but from the size of it, you can tell that it's a very, very, very young Baylor. You also know that because of Kazagal and the issues that it has in interplanar travel, that Baylors are very rarely seen because no one can break through whatever barrier there is on planar travel. So the fact that there's a Baylor here, being one of the few that you even know of, is very interesting. And the fact that it's young is also very interesting.
Wait, what? Guys, it's a rare demon. Almost epic level demon.
Does that make it
AKA
any better?
AKA, it's very rare to even have a demon of this species.
I'm sorry, we don't have any Pokeballs. Does that make this better?
I mean, if it wants to talk, that'd be the experience alone, just to talk to it.
Well, can you talk to it?
That one over there can. Points to our undead friend.
I want to know what its response to this has been, by the way. This
It
conversation.
it's it has been watching you and listening, and it hisses out something in Infernal again, and turns towards Blight, who seems to be the one that sparks up the most when he talks, and says, "I can understand, but I cannot speak."
Then how are we communicating?
Your tongue. I cannot speak your tongue.
I can speak yours. What should we wait for?
I want out. I was bound here by the followers of that madman.
So why'd you lunge at the door?
I thought you were with them. I can tell from the looks of you, you are not.
How many? So I kind of asked the group, do we want to find out if he knows anything about the rest of the numbers in the cast?
I agree. I approve or agree with this plan.
I asked him
I
if he
mean-
has any idea of the forces arrayed against us in the castle.
I know very little. I was pulled from my plane to this strange land. I never even been outside this room. I do remember hearing some of the other cultists talk. They didn't think I understood their tongue. They said something about their numbers being few. However, I've seen many undead around.
Has he seen through the doors he's in front of? These ones?
He looks at you and looks back at the doors behind him. No, I am stuck in this circle. I have been for many years. And he kind of turns and places, like, reaches out towards this set of doors, and his hand stops like a foot from it. It has been
So-
maddening.
I have no idea what he said, but I'm gonna assume that he's saying relevant things. He's never seen them open the doors?
Anytime.
He's saying he's been stuck here for as long as he can remember, and he's been bound the entire time. But all he's mentioned is how they have a small force.
So what do you want? Like, if we free you, what do we get in return?
He looks back over to Blight. What do you want?
He's asking us what do we want?
I would
Not-
like many things, but you must be more specific here.
I don't want to be banished to a hell plane.
He grins at that. I can promise not to kill you. That is the minimum I can promise.
Will you help us? Will he help us? Will you?
So, is this something everybody's asking? I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, I'm literally, I'm
I
an
mean-
open to, and
If we
they're
could get any help, I mean, yeah.
yeah. So you've told us these are Balors, and this is like a prince among their kind. He's rare among rare, and
No. Well,
I'm just saying Balors themselves are like rare among rare, right?
they're rare among rare to see in your current plane.
There's a wall that they can't get through specifically.
Well, that nobody can get through.
Apparently people can.
Well,
So that's a
someone may
lie.
have found a way.
So they can't get through it themselves, someone else does.
So
Or
what?
a very
So I would
powerful
ask
magic
him. I would ask him what he's willing to trade us, or what his ultimate goal is, and see if that goal aligns with our goal. Not just his immediate request here. What does he plan to do if he was let loose in this realm?
I don't know. I was living in the abyss before this. I had a minor kingdom there. Very, very small. Well, it wasn't really my kingdom, it was my father's kingdom, but regardless. And I was ripped from the abyss and bound here. I have had no chance to gather more power, so I don't know.
What?
Gather more
So
power.
I turn to the rest of the group and I tell him he's a princeling in his realm. He's trying to spread more influence and power for his realm. But they should know that if we do anything with him, he's most likely going to try to usurp any leadership role we have in the party.
We have a leadership role?
Exactly.
Hey guys, actually, this might be a good idea. We have no.
We have no guiding force for this other than meandering around, so maybe
Not-
we should get one?
I mean, we cavort with
actually saying,
demons,
but, like,
ghosts.
so you want to be the leader of this party?
You want to join
You
up
wanna, like-
with this?
Hey, all I care about right now is if we free him, if at a later point we can call upon him when we fight the Lich to
He's
be
gonna
on
be
our
with
side.
us. He's gonna be
Well, I
leading
mean,
us.
like-
He's gonna be our boss. We're gonna be his minions. That's what it's looking
how
like.
if he
Would he be
from a-
willing to
if he's
form a?
from- if he was pulled from a different plane?
He's going to
And
try to
how
increase the
about-
influence and power on his plane for himself.
How about we try and make a deal? If he helps
That's
us
what I'm saying.
kill the Lich, we
I
might
wouldn't
help
even
him
say
try
to
and
the
get
Lich. We're
back.
literally in a party that's climbing towers and doing all this other shit.
Straight up, he could be
Just-
the party boss. We could be his minions, and he could just lead us around on adventures.
I'm saying, like, if he helps us,
His head is snapping back and
We
forth
help him
as
get
each of
back.
you guys are talking, and he's like, he's very confused. And
So I tell him to hold on for a second. I tell the group, hold on, and I respond to him, or not really whisper, but just let him know that the party is conversating and really just questioning whether or not we should let you join our group or become our
Yes.
party leader while under contract not to kill any of us and not to work against any of our aims, and for you to be able to build your own influence and power.
I can understand all of you, and for some reason that one over there keeps asking me to be a leader. I wouldn't be against it, but that's not what I expected.
So
don't listen to that one.
Oh, I'm thinking, don't let
What's
him
wrong with
go
having a clear
join our group.
boss?
Don't let him join our group. I'm saying, like, maybe he can give us a stone or a sigil or something, so when we get to the Lich, we can call upon him if we let him go.
But why would we make
he
him
wouldn't.
leave?
Yeah, he
wouldn't-
doesn't need
can't
to leave.
anyways. He can just be with us. You guys are saying that this isn't the weirdest shit ever. Okay, let him join our party.
But then I kind of talk to everybody. I'm like, look, I mean, I've dealt with some of these entities before, but we have to clearly lay out what exactly we're going to do and form a contract. That's the only way we're going to be able to do something like this. Are you guys willing to be bound to a demon to spread his influence, his power, as long as it doesn't go against our aims and our party goals while he's on the plane with us? And just know that he's obviously warlike. He's 12 foot tall. He's red. He's fucking horns, flames. And
Hey,
who knows
that's
what else?
racist.
How
I'm just-
dare you assume?
This man could be a scholar.
Actually, I'm a scholar.
And I just snap my head to the side because I tell him he said he's a scholar.
no.
Oh,
That wasn't in character. Keep going.
Okay. So, do we want to have this conversation, or are we going to talk to him about this?
So
He's-
how would we increase his plane's power? Tea parties, murdering random liches, throwing
No.
tiny
So,
gnome alchemists through windows?
him increasing his influence's power is what? Adding us as literally as a ragtag group that follows him around. We're spreading his influence because anything we do is going to bring him more prestige in his realm because it's going to send power back to his realm.
You're saying we need to build a cult.
Wait. That's how that works.
They garner power from this plane to use during planar wars. That's how these guys evolve.
So
He
literally,
needs troops to
he
lead.
just needs to be in the party as our boss, and he
So-
wins.
Pretty much.
So he,
Blake,
huh.
roll a knowledge plane. Do you even have knowledge planes?
I have the generic because I took my intelligence and shit so high, so I have like the generic 3. I can click it, but that's about it.
Right, so you're not trained in the knowledge of planes.
No, he
So the
just
one that
speaks
is-
abyssal and infernal.
Okay,
I would.
keep going.
The fox would.
Yeah, but you got your answer.
Saber would.
You know what? Actually, Saber, give me another
would.
knowledge planes.
Make sure I'm on Saber and not me.
Blight, you think is probably about half right from the stuff that you know about demons, but you also don't know enough about them to prove him wrong.
All right.
So, as far as you're aware, everything Blight's saying is on the money. Or at least
Hey,
most of it.
hey, Skelebro,
Wait, what
ask
am
him what we would be doing to spread his influence.
So my party wants to know what we would be doing to help you spread influence, or what type of demonic help we'd be able to receive from you to spread your influence, and how each of us adding as an ally or follower would be able to, I guess, bolster whatever he's trying to do.
He
Sounds-
kind of looks you all over and says, well, first off, I am looking to grow power, so I must kill. I must feast. Second, the more powerful I become, I will be able to grant you boons of my own power.
So so what exactly do you need to feast on?
He shrugs. Powerful people, powerful creatures.
So if we're able to provide you power for creatures to hunt that aren't people, hold on. Outside of character, so this thing has absolutely no idea about the world Kazgal he's been pulled onto. So does he know about
As far as you're aware, no.
any of the shit? Like the fact that we climb the tower and we have the ziggurat and all these things,
Nope.
and how we okay. So I turn to the group and say he needs to feast on entities that are more powerful than himself, whether it's magic, animals, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as they have some type of power, he can absorb their power and thereby grant us boons. Do you guys want to sit and explain to him, because he has no idea about the ziggurat or how we're pretty much mercenaries for the ziggurat, and how this would work? And if they do, then we're going to have the conversation of, telling him that, hey, we're on this plane. The main thing we're doing is trying to gain our own fame and prestige by climbing this ziggurat and running these missions, which include going after the Lich for our what's that?
Agathar Fireball.
For Agathar Fireball. So I asked the group this question, and now I'm awaiting their response.
I mean, if he's cool with, or if they're cool with, like, only eating the people that we're going after,
Does he actually eat them?
or creatures, or however he feasts.
So when he asked me that, I turned to the Baylor and said, do you actually eat them, or do you just need to drain their essence?
Shrugs. Little column A, little column B. Depending on
Okay.
the mood that I'm in.
So, all right. So I start explaining the ziggurat and how the world works. DM, let me know when you're satisfied, I guess.
So, yes, you go over the basics of what would be your world. Interplanar travel is impossible, at least as far as you are aware, until this Baylor was apparently ripped through the plains. You don't exactly know what plane you're on. A lot of scholars have theorized that it's not the prime material plane, but big shrugs all around. Infinite spawning dungeons, spitting out creatures and stuff like that. And at the end, he nods his head. This is no plane I've ever heard of, but if you can release me from this circle, I can attempt to walk out of here and potentially bring you all with me if you wish. Alternatively, he listens to your guys' story while you're here. He's like, I can attempt to be of some assistance on taking out this lich, and after that, he shrugs, we can evaluate our, group at that time, or help, as it were.
So, would you be willing to do contracts before we let you loose, just so we have? There's nothing saying that you don't just pounce on us. You've been in here for who knows how long. You don't even remember. So what's
He
to say we don't
nods.
open the door, undo the rune, and then you just try to feast on all of us?
He nods. Fair enough, but I am a man of my word. But if it is what you require, bring me parchment.
What is his name?
He makes some incomprehensible noise. Give me a
Bob?
second. Oops, wrong tab. He says,
Please tell me it's the infernal equivalent to just Ted.
Yes, name it after your cat.
He says something in infernal that you can't quite understand, and then he thinks for a moment. It may be easier to call me Slavdreth.
So I tell them Slavdreth. Is anybody going to shorten it or give him a nickname?
Slav?
So then we ask him if Slav is good enough.
Slav? He shrugs. Whatever works for you.
Okay, so do we have any parchment? Does our resident mad scientist have any parchment?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me look.
Vista?
Let me look.
I mean,
Pulls out a piece of paper. Here you go.
okay.
I knew it.
I got wooden logs and a carving knife. We could carve it into a wood.
Do you
brick.
pass it to him through the rune? How do you give it to him?
How are the runes on the floor? Is it like drawn on the floor?
It seems to be etched. So to
So
break
it's
it,
etched. So if I slide something over the etching, it won't break it.
theoretically, you would have to have knowledge of planes to know about planar summoning. So if you don't have knowledge of planes, then you don't really know.
So we just
I asked Saber, can I just slowly push this across the etching on the floor, or will it break it?
Saber. Saber, you know that minor breaking of the sigil won't do anything. It will require like full-on destruction of part of the floor to break this guy out.
You're good, fam.
so we need to.
Wait,
Don't-
is this the first time Saber has like talked to the group? Saber doesn't usually talk, does she?
Saber usually doesn't. No. Saber. This is like the second or third time.
Interesting.
They've heard Saber.
So we want to.
Speak.
So we want to word our contract to make sure. So we're literally going to be working in our interests. He'll support but not go against our interests. We'll show a little bit of leeway. He can't eat random people in the ziggurat. He'll control his feeding.
I
To
hand you the paper so you can write this all down in his language.
yeah. So he'll control his feedings to people that we have contracts on, or animals, or things that we're going up against while we're climbing the tower, and we'll help him gain power and influence so that he may grant us boons and make it a two-way clause. Whereas if he's in need of our help, he can call on us. If we're in need of his help, or he needs to break off and he's gathering more forces, he can call on us. Does anybody have anything else? Oh, the fact that he's not going to kill us randomly. Anything else that they want to put in the contracts, or specific boons that they hope to gain from him? And then we can ask him if he can actually do these things before we start.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to put it in the I don't know if I should put this in the contract or not. I'm more thinking out loud. But I would like to be able to call in little minions of him that he has and just be like, spit out like a potion or whatever and like throw it down, and then boom, minions. I can use them to fight.
Like imps, you want a mini army of imps?
So I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think that's possible, considering interplanar travel at our level is not a thing.
So I asked
Yeah,
him if he'd be able to, if we gave him enough power, would you be able to grant her the boon of smaller imps to be able to toss at people?
He shakes his head. I can't do that unless I can pull others from my realm. And from what you are saying, that is impossible. I shall see when you finally break the circle, but something tells me it's going to be more difficult than snapping my fingers.
And then he does it, and it's fine.
So can we ask him what his specific abilities that he has access to on this plane?
He rolls his shoulders a bit and, kind of stands up straight while rattling off some of his achievements. I was not only a master smith in my own realm, I knew how to take the very magics, the essences of the planes, and fold them into weaponry and arms and armor. More than that, I am a man. I am a warrior in my own right, as well as a magician. I can do whatever is needed.
So I tell the group that he's an elemental smith, not just bladesmith or whatever smith. He can craft magic items. He's a hybrid warrior, and he can do magic.
Can
It just
I
sounds like
call
he's going to
upon
be an
him?
amazing party member.
Can I call upon his magic? The
The
I don't know
essence.
what the word is. Yes, the way that he creates magical items. I want to be able to call upon that to create whatever I need in the situation.
He looks you over. Do you have... I may be able to teach you some sort of infernal magics that I know. I'm not sure how well it would meld with your own knowledge of the planes and the arcane essences that pass through us.
So I relay the message that he's can agree to teach her infernal magic, but he's not sure how it'll work on this plane.
Correct.
Is it more, do I need to have, this is an outside character question, do I need to have more knowledge planes or more knowledge arcana? Because my knowledge arcana is like through the fucking roof.
I'm going to say that knowledge arcana is going to help a lot, but knowledge planes will also be necessary. Especially
so
if
I
your
have to have
character
a
knows
little bit of
nothing
both.
about those. Also, outside of character, if you're looking to get, like, essentially change your magic from being more of an arcane thing to, more of an infernal thing, then it's not going to be a quick and easy thing, but I would allow it. And we can talk about what that means later.
Yeah, I'd like to do, out of character, I'd like to do a little bit of both. I'd like to be like 50-50 because I
Right.
still like to throw bombs and like bomb at spiders and do all that, but I'd also like to be able to utilize his magic
Okay.
and like make shit of my own,
Sounds good. So
Is there
you
anything
all...
else anybody
yeah.
else wants from this guy while we're making the bomb?
Well, for me, he's a elemental smith, so it'd be one of those trying to get some bomb ass gear.
So the thing is, if he's going to be our party boss, in the end, he's probably going to outfit us to make us do our jobs better as time goes on, right?
Okay, I relay the question to Slav.
He thinks for a moment. Yes, if I can get a proper infernal forge up and running, I will be able to craft the arms and armor the which this world has never seen.
So I tell the group that as long as we help him put together an infernal forge, he'll be able to craft arms and armor that the world has never seen.
What goes into an infernal forge? Like, how do we make one?
Relay that message.
Fair enough. It is a complex process, one that cannot be gone over now, as it would take more time than we have.
He
Does
says
it?
Needless to say, lots of power and energy.
he knows the specifics, but he says it would take us too long to discuss everything that he needs. But the gist of it is if he gets enough power and essence, he can form most of the components that he needs to create the forge. So we would just have to expand his influence and power.
I'm not seeing any real downsides here, guys. Are you?
So what about Shiro and Saber?
What
What are
Blight-
what are any what are
Blight-
any boons that they're trying to get?
You're the one talking to him in his native language. Please give me a sense motive check. Very well. Continue.
Ominous.
Saber will step forward at this point and be like, as long as he can help search for an artifact of mine I lost when I was alive.
Okay, so I
He
tell
turns
him.
he turns to Blight. 'Kay, I mean, he can understand what they're saying. So he says,
Okay.
once I am attuned to this world, finding a magical object should not be that difficult.
He says once he's been here or been attuned to the realm, finding an object shouldn't be too difficult, especially if he has access to some of her essence.
And that's all I need.
Shiro.
I mean, as long as he's here to help and not hurt, I don't really have anything.
Well, help in what way? Because it sounds like he's definitely here to help himself, but do you want him to just help us or in general?
I mean, in the end, as long as he helps us when
Okay.
we need help. You know, don't abandon us and let us die type of thing.
I mean, that's like, isn't that what demons do? The
These-
most inconvenient moment to you, they just fucking say,
That's
Sucks, and leaves.
racist.
Well, that's why I'm saying it, to make sure that, you know, everyone knows that it's not gonna happen.
How long do we want to make this contract for, folks?
until the fucking undead minions randomly find us. I don't know.
I'd
How
make
long
it
do we
as-
need to make it for?
I mean,
I'm a
if I could
couple
have
hundred
this
here.
power forever
Yeah.
until I'm unable to, you know, be resurrected.
He
So do we-
actually takes a step forward closer to the barrier. I will agree to a contract of 5 years, no longer.
But what is a year?
In this world is close to 400 days.
How does he know that? He's been locked in this room.
Well,
There's
he
no
doesn't,
windows.
but he knows.
So
He knows
what
the
you're saying
timing
is
of a
year
year.
could be 17,000 years for us. That could be what we say a year is in this contract.
Yeah, but I'm sure if he also finds out that you're lying to him,
But he signed the contract.
he hasn't signed anything yet. Neither of you.
You're right. This is out of character, by the way. I mean,
So I relate to the group that
I have no problem.
he'll agree to 5 years of whatever our time is of being under contract.
What if we want to re-up it in 5 years? Can that be discussed, or is it just 5 years and that's it?
5 years and he says peace, bitch, and just yeets us off a cliff.
He
And then
understands
do
it,
we get
right?
to keep
Yeah,
what?
he says
Do we get to keep what we were given?
he looks over to Blight. She is a clever one. Yes, any boon given is given freely. However,
He says,
in
okay,
5
let him finish.
years, if I wish to stay with you, then I may. If I don't, I may leave. That is on me.
he says any boons received or given are free and clear. He may choose to leave or stay with us at the 5-year timeline. And if we decide to negotiate individual contracts at such time, then that's something that he may or may not decide to do.
Okay, I'm not seeing much downside to this, so if y'all want, I can throw a bomb at this thing and blow it up.
So everybody put their marks. We ask them how we need to seal the contract.
A drop of blood each.
What about Saber? Saber
she's
can't
ectoplasm.
bleed.
He looks.
That's unfair.
He shrugs. I
to be
can
fair,
only do so
you're-
much.
To be fair, you're also kind of like linked to me, and at some point, I'm guessing that you're up and going. So, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so everybody making their blood pact.
Him first.
Okay. So, you each, prick your fingers and
Him
put a drop
first.
of blood on the parchment of the contracts. He takes them from you and squeezes them in his hand, and they all become black ash as they fall to the ground. Now release me.
All right, close the door. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, we
Uh,
ready?
Are we gonna use some knowledge planner to see how we can open up the runic barrier engraved on the floor?
Well, she said earlier that we could do it as long as it wasn't I could slide the parchment over as long as it wasn't mass destruction. So unless we're intending to destroy it. So I'm pretty fucking sure a bomb can break this ground.
So I'm
we
just gonna
tell
say,
Slav
I'm
to
go
back
out on a
up.
limb. I don't think it's gonna be far enough.
Slav looks around.
Yeah.
There's
Where?
not much room for me to back up.
I don't think a bomb is the right answer here.
Maybe we can think this through.
I think let's take a second. Let's look through our items and
I have
Anybody
a masterwork
anything that is
katana. Can I just try to
I don't
mar
think you
the
want to
surface of the
slam a
room?
katana against the ground. Do we have a club that is metal, not wood? Is there anything in this room other than this damn demon and the carving in the floor?
The katana would not work. The room itself is pretty sparse. You would need something to break stone. Preferably, I don't know, a pick of some sort, or something of, or a really heavy hammer.
Okay, there's rubble in this castle, right? You remember this?
Yeah, yep, there is rubble.
Let's go find a gigantic rock and just start slamming the floor with it.
Wait, I have human bone. Can I break one of the bone and then carve on the floor and fuck up one of the runes?
No, because of the way that the sigil is made into the floor, it's not as easy as kicking some dirt onto it. You have to break a sizable chunk of the sigil before the energy is released. How you might be
That's
able
what
to
I'm
work
saying.
at it for.
Can I use it to scratch out half of the rune?
would I be able to
Give-
use my telekinetic projectile to break part of the rune?
Do we have flint and I got an adventurers kit. Don't we get flint and steel?
It's
I have flint steel.
so it's more than just scratching, making a small hole in the rune. You have to break the ground. So you would have to take this 5 foot by 5 foot square and turn it into rough terrain by breaking the ground. That will break the rune. So you need something big and heavy, and you need to hit the ground a few times.
If I threw a targeted bomb, would that work?
That's probably gonna hit the
yes.
demon.
Well, her targeted
there
bomb allows
anything-
her to specifically exclude.
True, yeah.
So
Okay.
Because I have.
Yes.
Hold on. I have.
I will let you
what
use
is
a
it?
bomb charge to do that.
What is it? Where is it?
We tell Slav to back up because she wants to use a bomb.
We already asked that, and he doesn't have space.
Yeah, he already
he's
planned
he's literally an infernal.
Vista looks, he looks over at Vista as Vista begins to walk up with a bomb, and he's kind of making the no, and waving his hands. Vista, what do you say to him?
I'm not gonna hurt you.
He kind of looks at you and
Sounds like a red flag.
and he hisses out like, oh, I'm not sure about this, but he steps as far back as the sigil will allow him. Vista pulls out one of her bomb vials, pops the cork off of it instead of doing what she normally does, and sprinkles some powder in it. She like reaches into another pocket and drops a few drops from an eyedropper, and then like pulls out one of her hairs and drops it in it, corks it, slams the base onto her hand, and you hear the tiny glass separating the chemical mixture on the inside break as she sets it down and walks away. And after a few moments, you feel an earth-shattering rumble as the glass explodes, but in a downward force, shattering the stone in front of him. And you notice that as that shatters, the room around you seems to get a little bit darker and a little hotter. And you see him like raise up to his full height and really stretch his wings and arms like he wasn't able to before, and like start to like work out some of the cricks in his neck. And he takes a step forward towards you. And he looks over at Blight and says, "Thank you."
Oh, good.
You're
No,
welcome.
no, not hurting or anything. Actually, never mind. I probably shouldn't. If I put any magic into him, he might hurt him. Never mind. But you're all good.
He shakes. He looks you over. I am no undead. Arcane healing still work on me, but
I
I
have
am
cheese?
fine.
So can he grant a boon for them to understand him?
Do you want cheese?
He shakes his head and then he looks at you. I can grant no such boon at this time. I have not enough energy or power. You will have to continue to relay my messages.
Does he want bread?
Are you just like holding cheese and bread up to him?
Yes.
He looks him over and shakes his head and like points towards like Shiro and says meat.
Oh, you need meat. There's
Ask him-
undead corpses in the.
I was about to ask him how long something has to be undead, because we did may or may not have eliminated a gnome earlier.
How
What?
long since he wanted? It's only been like an hour. If that.
He said he needs to drain essences and power. I don't know if he can.
Yeah, let's
well,
lead him
essence
over to this
is-
dead gnome.
Dead gnome?
No!
Very well. And he starts following you. He squeezes his way through these little doors. He has to duck down and like fold his wings inward and hunch his shoulders forward and like kind of wiggle his way through the doorways. But as he reaches the courtyard, he looks up at the, muted sun coming through. And he looks down at the ground and kind of gives a sniff and a sneer. My asthma. He
My
spits.
ass, ma? Why is he calling his mom and telling him about his ass?
Fuck
He looks you over. You are a strange one.
I didn't understand a word. That was a joke. I
Okay.
don't know what he's saying. Remember? It's just random hisses and growls to me.
That's fair.
He says you're weird.
Well, you're right.
True. He follows you guys over to the gnome's corpse, and he sniffs around a little bit, moves some of the boxes to the side. You notice that as he pushes the boxes, some of them become a little. They start to catch flames sometimes, but they peter out fairly quickly. And he finds this corpse of a gnome who is very much exploded into many different giblets, and he picks it up kind of with 2 fingers and gives it a sniff, shakes, and just tosses what's left of it, missing a couple of arms and legs, down his gullet, and kind of chews, and you hear crunching, and he swallows, and you notice that he seems a little brighter than before.
Alright, we also have those dead
better.
cultists.
You couldn't have fed him that first. Jesus Christ.
I mean, this was closer. What's wrong with feeding him the gnome? But why do you have a problem with this?
He
We
says,
just discovered this
"More
gnome
bodies?"
randomly exploded. I don't even know what you're talking about.
He kind of gives a sniff and heads his way back over. I think the cultists were in this room down here.
They were in this room.
This one? Yeah. So
Yeah.
he goes in and he looks around at the very exploded cultists that are currently chained to the walls and stuff. And starts pulling them off and just chewing and mowing down on these corpses, leaving nothing behind. And at the end of it, he is visibly brighter, and he's standing taller, and his muscles seem to have what seemed to be sagging a little bit before are now all taut and better.
So I tell him that we did find a door with a summoning circle earlier, but I can't remember what the demon was that was on the wall that it said was in there, but I tell him he might be able to gain another follower. I don't know.
Or power,
Or
depending on what it is.
He nods, lead the way.
So I guess we make our room down to the pentagram room.
no, the where we saw that inscription was in here.
Yeah. Okay, so he follows you guys around. You come back through. He kind of pokes his head in. He can't quite fit well in here. And he reads the inscription, and he shrugs and says that it is etched out. I can't understand it myself either.
Well, do we want to open the door and see if you can communicate with whatever's there?
He moves his way in and stands in front of the door as best he can and says, "Very well."
Can he interact with the door?
He puts his hand out and touches it, and it repulses his hand.
Okay.
I cannot open this.
I open it.
Gonna shrink him a little bit because he's supposed to take up a 10 by 10. So there we go. You open it, Tat? Let me
Yeah.
come over to my other screen and unhide everything.
We're not gonna have the midget check it for traps first. Or
We
no,
already
I
did
think
that
we
earlier.
did that.
We
We
did that
did do
door
that
earlier.
earlier.
You
Yeah, you
did?
are right.
Yeah,
So-
we had it check for traps, and then we realized, oh shit, this is demon stuff. So no.
In this room, you do notice another sigil, very similar to the one that was before. However, this room itself is empty. The demon looks kind of shaken as he sees another sigil on the ground and takes a step back, kind of bumping into Vista and knocking her over a little.
You gotta
Hey,
help her up
watch
now.
it. You know, I might be small, but I can still kick your ass.
He
You can barely stand up.
turns and walks away. There's nothing in here. Back out into the courtyard, he continually looking up and kind of savoring the freedom he now has. As you
Is
all,
there nothing in this room?
no, the room itself looks like it was used to house another demon, but there's nothing in there right now.
Okay.
What about the room to the left of the penta circle?
This one?
Open this door.
Yep. You open the door. You can move on through. This one was open as well. Sorry, I'm looking at the thing here. So you guys are gonna try and open this one?
Or go rest, because I didn't know we were waiting on a level. Now that we've got our demonic friend, I'm not sure how welcome he's going to be in the church.
I'd like to go rest too for now.
Very well.
Okay, then I guess.
You all decide to head back towards the Temple of Mara.
Yeah, we don't know if he's gonna be welcome or not, but yeah.
Can
All
I
right.
get in the temple?
He follows you, and as you're walking there, he says, "Where are we going? Do we go
Nap time.
to find the one that holds this domain?"
I can't move my thing. My screen
after
is
a nap.
too small.
Nap time, apparently.
He as he approaches the temple, he kind of gives it a sniff. I don't know. He worms his way in through the small door, and he comes to sit on one of the coffins that are here. Some sort of temple?
Yeah, it seems
One of-
to
one of our
repel the
gods.
lich's stuff.
Who may come in. So we do tell the story about the schizophrenic guy that randomly decides if he's gonna come visit us.
The demon smiles, his wicked grin with many pointed teeth, and just laughs in a guttural way, like, stupid humans always trying to master the arcane, losing their minds.
Can I take this time to learn some of his knowledge in the magics?
You cannot, because you do not speak Infernal.
Denied.
Utilizing Blight as Blight can train you how to speak Infernal, and then you could learn from him, if you wish to start that process.
Yes.
Well,
I
then
mean, that's true.
that's between
Learning
you and
Infernal
Blight.
would help a lot.
Oh, hey. Yeah, we're doing a rest, right?
I mean, I was training the other guy in swordsmanship before, so I'm not sure if there's specific roles you want us to do or what. I don't know how
well,
long
I
it
mean, she has
takes
to
to teach
she has to
somebody a
ask
language.
Blight whether or not
Yeah.
he'll even teach her.
Wait, what? I didn't
Yeah,
hear too
you,
many
you
people
have to
talking
ask
over each
Blight
other.
if he'll teach you.
Are
RP
you gonna
in character
RP
is
this?
what I'm
I kind of
saying.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
do
you
this?
gotta. You got RP.
Will you teach me so I can understand him and learn from him?
Can I measure your bones?
Haven't you already done that?
He wants to do it again. Are you
You
gonna
look
Right.
a little bit taller.
More intimately.
He's gonna do it in deep.
With my hand on my face, shaking my head, I guess so, if you must.
Nice. Okay,
So, yeah.
so Blight, you are going to roll a linguistics check to attempt to teach her. Okay, that is a good linguistics check. Vista, for now, you are going to roll a. Is linguistics a trained skill?
It is for me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
It
talking
is
about
for
in
me
general.
too.
Let me double check.
Yes, it is.
So you have to
That's
be
what the
trained in
asterisk is.
linguistics. Okay. So go ahead and just give me a knowledge, an intelligence roll for now. And this is how we'll start it out.
Nope. Do it. Do what I need you to do.
Roll intel.
Okay, so the first one is an 8.
How is
Vista.
that my intelligence roll?
You rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4 plus 4. Vista, you're a little,
Eager.
worn out from the day, and so your concentration's not really in it. So you are unable to learn any new infernal phrases this day, or really make any headway into learning infernal.
Well, fuck.
Can I also ask her to give me one of them spider vials for a prank back in the ziggurat?
You
What
can,
do I
but
get in return?
you get to explain to him that that's not how your alchemy works, and that if he were to take the potion from you, it would become inert.
Oh, then can I just ask her to be in on the prank whenever I decide to do it later?
What do I get in return?
I mean, I'm teaching you Abyssal or Infernal.
Thistle, well.
Well, that's the problem. You were teaching her the wrong language.
I thought the trade-off for this was so you could measure my bones.
Yeah, but also the prank.
Who are we pranking?
There's yet to be named.
Pranky. At further
Some
date.
random.
I guess so.
Very well. So, you all take a rest here. Seeing as how you just started your day like a couple hours ago, you're a little, beleaguered from the skirmishes that you had. So you guys kind of stop for lunch, eat some of your trail rations, kind of stretch out. The demon lays on the floor and kind of like stretches to his full height and rolls his shoulders, and he's just, I would kill for a massage. And so
I don't
you
think
all,
any of us can survive that.
he looks over at you and says something in infernal. Blight, you hear him say, you might be able to.
I just start chuckling and I kind of choke on my ration a little bit.
What are you eating?
He
Do
liquefies.
you require food?
I'm actually a living being.
You see, he's like, he'll take a bite with his mouth and chew it, and he'll swallow, and then he'll open his mouth, and the symbiote will come out and take a small bite of what he's eating and come back in and chew it. And yes, after your nice rest, like a small nap and some rations, you guys are good to go. Everybody is back to full everything, and you notice it. You look up at the altar, and there are 3 lit candles left on the altar of Mara.
There used to be 4.
No, wait. Then there's 2. I thought there was 5.
No, there was 5.
I thought
Oh.
one is going down each time we rest.
It is. Did we start with 5?
Yes.
Okay. Then there's 3 left. It's hard to keep
Yeah,
track of
started with
these things.
5. 1 from last night.
Ah,
And then
so.
there's
Okay.
rest.
So, you all step back out into the. Oh, oops! I'm clicking the wrong one. You step back out into the courtyard again, or well, the antechamber to the courtyard, and the demon looks at you guys and says, "Where to now?"
The courtyard, as far as we made it, your door was literally one of the few places we hadn't checked.
So,
Then lead the way.
I thought we hired this guy to be our boss.
He looks over at you, Tat, and just shakes his head.
I just start walking past everybody.
Alright, do we want to open this gate? This door? The one where that gnome that originally traveled through? The reason we have these red scratch markers?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move everybody's stuff over to the door. As you are moving through the courtyard, who was moving first? I think it was Vista. Please give me a perception.
Hold on, I'm on my phone. This takes me extra time.
Unacceptable.
No, let me zoom in, damn it. Don't mind me.
Intelligence, swim, and stealth. Perception.
Perception.
There we go.
Best one out of the bunch.
I was trying to zoom in on my character sheet.
Goof. As you guys are walking up to this door, Vista, you notice from the open door that nobody closed over here. You notice like 2 or 3 of the small skeletons that are upside down scurry away up in this direction, out of this room.
I tell everybody what I saw.
Alright, which way did they scurry? This way or this way? Or did we just
They
see them
scurried
go?
out of this doorway.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, well,
Slav looks over there and says, I will take care of that. And he walks over and grabs some of the stone above the door, and he's going to roll a strength check with a 23 and rips the stone down, covering the doorway.
so he just
Jesus.
made that.
Okay, well, perfect.
Alright.
Well, we got the Goliath over there just ripping stone.
Rip and tear. I think he's filling the wrong role. Okay, well, open the door, I guess. Hey, wait, first, Hey, check this for traps.
What is that again?
Perception.
All the perceptions.
This is why you have high perception.
That would be a 17. Vista gives it a good once over and notices that there is a small trip line at the bottom of this door.
I
Got
tell
it.
everybody that there's a trip line on the bottom of the door, so please be careful.
Well, you can disable
Alright.
it. You have to disable it with disabled device.
Oh,
You're asking me to do everything.
where
I
does
mean,
the
you
trip
are
line
the
lead?
party's skill monkey. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You
Trip
are
line
the
go through the
skill
door?
monkey. Come on.
Where is my disabled device?
It's right below diplomacy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna roll a linguistics check on that.
And right
stuff.
above deception, if I.
Linguistics. That's
Well,
also
disguise.
There you go. Yep. You follow it up the edge of the doorway to the little darts that would have shot out, and you pull the line out of each of them so that it doesn't trigger.
Which way are the dirt's facing?
I do this standing
Inwards.
this
So
way.
if you were to step through the doorway, you would get shot with them.
Oh, okay. So, alright, my plan would work. Cool.
All right.
Well, open the door.
You open the doorway. Oop, gotta do the reveal area thing. Into a small chamber, and you notice that the chamber itself is absolutely covered in blood, from head to floor, or top to bottom, covered in blood.
Do we see footprints in the blood?
You do.
Is there any essence left in that room?
Can he slurp up the blood from the walls?
No, lapping the blood off the floor.
Can he slop the blood off the walls and the ceiling? I'm kidding. Okay. I don't really want to step in this. Does anybody else want to step in this?
I mean, we have an infernal. It might be able to just light it on fire.
I mean,
One second.
also.
I mean, it's
Saber
the
can
blood is
go
mostly
into-
dried now. You guys can just walk on it.
That doesn't mean I want to step on it.
At that, Shiro's gonna be like, "You're all babies."
So we can see the door here. Is there a door here?
No,
Okay, so that's just wall then.
it's blocked off. Let me I'll give you one of these to help you. And then whoop. There's nothing there. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Okay.
Shiro walks in, and as she walks in, Slav gives her a nod and walks in behind her, walking past her up to the next door.
I do an acrobatics check, and I kind of like slide, like I'm ice skating on the blood.
Okay, he does that.
He does that.
And Slav just
He
shakes his
does
head
his
like,
thing.
what have I gotten
then-
myself into?
And then I go, wee!
Walking in the trails behind that he left behind while sliding.
Very well. Next door, please give me perception, Vista.
Hold on. No, that's
Uh,
not.
What do I have to hold on to?
I gotta click very specific things on my phone, okay?
As far as you're aware, this battered down door is completely free of traps.
The door is battered down?
Yeah, it's kind of a little broken,
No.
little
okay.
decrepit.
Can we see through the door?
You cannot.
Dope!
It is a door.
Alright, so I'm not in the front this time. Someone else needs to open the door.
Oh shit.
Can I push the door open with my katana?
Sure, if you want.
From the corner. around the corner so it doesn't blow up on me.
You were all greatly misunderstanding how traps work. But regardless,
I mean, there
you
could be a
Dragonfall.
trigger on the other side that we can't see.
guys open the door and reveal this room. The room itself has 2 exits. You look inside and you notice that there are many, many piles of skeletons in this room. Many piles. Just bones upon bones. We're talking like piles of skulls and rib cages and everything you can imagine.
Didn't we encounter these before? Can we just throw bombs in the room?
You could if you wish.
I kind of just look
Okay.
over my shoulder back at Vista.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I see like anything important or anything like out of the
If you wish to.
usual?
She doesn't like blowing up gnomes.
Not
No.
anymore. So while she's doing that, I just throw one of my wooden stakes into the room at random. I obviously hit fucking nothing.
You actually, as you go to throw it, you hit a Slav in the back, and he
How?
growls at you because
How?
you rolled a natural 1.
I know, but just look at my positioning. If anything, I'd hit a saber or
Yep,
fucking
You
blood.
I don't know, you were overcompensating in the direction or something, but you smacked Slav right in the face with it.
So I yeeted it off the wall and just hit him in the back. Okay, and
Yep.
you said the face this time. Okay,
The
Well,
back and face. It kind of
that's
rolled
my
around
bad.
his shoulder and hit him in the face.
I go pick up my stake.
He kind of growls at you as you go to pick it up.
I apologize.
Vista, you do not notice any from where you're standing. You don't notice anything out of order. You don't notice, like, I don't know, a gnome hiding in a pile of skeletons.
To be fair, I can't really move my thing on my phone. I would like to be standing closer.
There you go. I got
Thank
you.
you.
I love that you're tilted now.
There you go. I straightened you out. No worries.
It's okay. I'm a little tilted in real life, so we can leave it tilted.
A little.
All right. So, where do we go from here?
Apparently into the skeleton room.
Blight, you just step into the room.
Is he gonna start measuring bones?
Measuring the bones of the pile.
Are there any intact corpses?
No, the bones have been separated into different piles: skulls, rib cages, leg bones, femurs, things of the such.
You never told me if that other guy turned into an obitu or has 24 hours passed yet.
I have not, and 24 hours has not passed.
I'm like, what, 6? Maybe?
Yeah, your guys' sense of time perception's pretty whacked, because you literally left the temple, walked outside, I think had a skirmish, walked down a hallway, and then opened the door, like opened a bunch of doors. Oh yeah, you blew up a gnome and some
Gnome was
cultists,
before that one.
and that was it.
Gnome, cultist, and we'd had a chat with a demon for like 40 minutes.
And then you guys went and took a break.
I mean, I kind of feel bad we blew up the gnome because I know you spent time on making an NPC, but now you got another one.
Hey man,
And he's
I
part of the
get
party.
it done. I didn't expect a demon to join the party, but that's fine. Life happens. We're moving on. So,
Moving on.
what are you guys gonna do? You're in a room filled with many, many, many bones.
I pick a couple more up and put them in my pocket.
Very well.
How intact are these doors?
Both those doors seem pristine.
Hey, Vista, can you check for traps?
I swear for God.
What god are you swearing for?
There are many.
Yeah, which one are we swearing for?
Asmodeus, obviously.
And will this make Slag or
27.
Slav angry?
You take time to check both of these doors, and neither of them are trapped. However, both are very ornate, in the similar vein to the other ornate doors.
Anti-demon door, gotcha. Alright. Top or left?
Let's go upwards. Top.
Open this door.
Very well. You slide that door open, and on the other side, and you see on the other side what seems to be. Oops, wait.
A demon that
No.
looks exactly the same as the one we have with us.
Boop.
Turns out it's his dad.
It's a broom closet.
It's a boom closet?
Broom
Boom.
closet.
Okay.
Here goes.
There are some,
we dropping booms, bombs.
And Tat, you're the one that opens the door? Give me perception.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
It's a broom
What do
closet,
you
and there's just
see?
some disused brooms in here.
Are they made of wood?
Their handles are, and
I
their
take them.
bristles are made of straw.
I take them.
Very well. You now
How many are
have 2 brooms.
Why?
Brooms.
I'm gonna look at Slav.
I'm
and be
not
like,
sure where you're gonna hold these brooms.
I'm sorry for this guy.
Crap,
He
that's
likes his wood
And my glow balls.
It's,
and his glow balls. Don't forget about his glow balls.
What have I gotten myself into?
It sounded
just-
very
he-
discouraging if I understood what you said.
He just sighs like, and it's you don't have to speak infernal to know what a sigh is.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I think about. Yeah.
Now I'm just holding 2 brooms. Alright. Nothing else in this room, right?
Not that you can tell.
Okay, cool. It's just a broom closet, guys. I'm gonna open the other door now. Is this how we're standing? I'm the one over here and everybody else is just off on the other side of the room?
I don't know, guys. Is that how it is?
There.
Okay, because I'm just like, it's just me.
Very well.
Alright, opening this door.
You open that door into a very large room.
Although I am confused on why it was an anti-demon door into the broom closet. They don't want him to clean? Is that what this is?
Yes, they're keeping it.
Hey, fuck you, demon. You're not allowed to actually use brooms to clean. You gotta use your face. Holy crap.
Oh, we're in a. Oh. Oh.
Alright. Alright.
You
Well,
all step
I
into
closed
a
the door.
very wide.
Bruh, we did not step the fuck in there. We just opened the door.
Hey, wait a minute. How far away is that?
How far away is what?
From the entrance to them is what I'm assuming.
Far. Yeah, like 60
65
feet.
to the center of the circle.
65 feet, you say?
Indeed.
Don't I got this ring thing?
Oh god, he's got the fireball ring.
Yeah, indeed you do.
You do? You do?
But as you guys open the door, you the lich notices you. Because you didn't
We have a.
we're not
we have
trying
a-
to be stealthy about it. You just
And
open
we
the
have a
door.
person with us that's kind of glowy
Yeah, in red. So
and red.
Gigantic Baylor.
you have found your quarry. Let me there we go.
Sounds like I'm closing the door.
But
I
we're
can't-
trying to kill this guy.
Yeah. This
That's
this
like the
this is
entire reason
this
that
is
we're
where you're
here.
supposed to be.
And we even have like this guy with us that's gonna help us.
You might want to yeah, we're going to put you inside this room for now. If you all want to run out afterwards, that's fine.
Okay.
And let me there's Abby. I have to copy the token from the other one. Give me un segundo. Copy. And paste. Alright, guys. And got one more. Where is it?
No tack crit for me.
I'm finding you. There you go. All right. You guys step into the room. As you do, you can feel the the full force of the Lich's miasma come over you. It feels almost like you're walking into a physical wall.
So my glow balls, my sun rod, and my face mask do nothing. Roger.
Correct.
Okay.
The smell of decay and rot is in the air. However, all of the creatures that you can see standing in front of you seem to be of the skeletal nature as opposed to the ghoul or zombie variety. The Lich himself is standing on a dais, a pedestal if you will, but a large one up here. He is surrounded by some archers and skeletal magi. In the center, this circle here, you hear what sounds like the wailing of thousands of souls coming out of the pit. The pit itself is emanating a eerie blue glow, as you can see white mists kind of rise from it and fall back into it. All of the skeletal creatures in this room snap their heads towards you as you open this door. Skara himself still looks to be in his human form, and he's wearing not exactly a smile, but not exactly a frown. He seems to be in two minds about the fact that you've actually made it here. And he raises his hands to you guys, kind of pointing them out at the skeleton surrounding him. And he says, "Ah, I see you've made it." And I think that's where we're going to call it, because we only have 30 minutes left in the session, and I can guarantee this fight is going to take longer than 30 minutes, and I don't really want to end in the middle of a fight. So, congratulations, everybody. You are now level 5. So you all can update your character sheets for next week. You also somehow managed to recruit a demon, so that's cool.
Yeah.
That was not on the docket,
We got
But-
a demon.
but it'll work out. Yeah. So next session is going to be the fight with the BBEG. We'll see how you guys do.
Whoa.
So yeah, make sure you level up your stuff for next week. Everybody gets a hero point tonight for great roleplay.
How many hero points can we
Ooh.
have maximum?
4.
Okay. Well, I roll a hero point to have a good time.
There you go. I have a feeling you're going to be needing them in this next fight. So
Well, I do
Keep-
that because I already had
keep
4.
keep it alive. And yeah, y'all did great tonight.
If you say so. I mean, I guess, yeah, because we did recruit a demon
You
somehow.
did recruit a demon that I wasn't expecting. This is gonna
Oh, my bad.
take
Didn't
a
mean to put that in
interesting turn for the campaign. We'll see how this shakes out, but yeah, thanks everybody for coming out tonight and hanging out. And apparently, I need to talk with Smile about being a part of the campaign. I don't know if he wants to be in it or what.
Does that mean that Ian shouldn't talk to his people about joining?
Let me talk with Smile first, just because it's Smile, and I would feel bad if he wanted to play and couldn't let him. Who knows? Maybe he
Okay.
wants to play a baby Baylor.
That seems like a little strong for our group here.
Oh no, trust me. I'm gonna roll him up as a whole character, and if somebody wanted to play him, he's
A
gonna
level
play like a
3
character.
Baylor.
So, yeah. Thanks for coming out, everybody, tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and thanks for everybody who watched on stream. So, same time next week, hopefully, if we can get our schedules together. Bye.
Oh, wait.